You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the Podcast Mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I am, of course, the host with the most, the man of the hour, the podcast mogul himself, Phil Better. And today, I am extremely happy to have an amazing creator, entrepreneur on the show, a brand specialist, if you will. They have a blueprint that you can listen to. They are the creative director, project manager, photographer of Outlandish Blueprint themselves, Taylor Evans. Taylor, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited too.
If you guys aren't watching the YouTube video, first of all, go over and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But Taylor had this giant smile on her face the whole time. I was watching her little video as the intro was going, and smile. She's always been smiling since we started. We were talking for nearly 15 minutes before I hit record. I had to stop her. She was dropping gems, people. But Taylor has a beautiful smile. I want to thank you for bringing it on here and sharing it with me. Taylor, I want you to introduce yourself. Let my audience know a little bit from you, who you are and what you do.
Hello, people of the Invest in Yourself podcast. My name is Taylor C.Y. Evans, and I'm speaking from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from San Diego, I like to say, born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, though. And I'm just excited to be here. As Phil was saying, I'm a creative director, first and foremost, a project manager, and a photographer. And I wear many other hats as I'm learning how to give myself in my business what it needs, trying on different hats and learning how to expand myself.
There we go. Learning to invest in yourself to make yourself better. That's pretty much the premise of the show. I want to know, Taylor, what got you into becoming a digital entrepreneur? Because you're relatively young in the world, and it's interesting when young people jump into the entrepreneurial space, because I'm a few seasons older, and she's just nodding her head like, yes, you are, Phil.
No, I would never be able to tell. You have a youthful spirit.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my nephew who keeps me young and my body in pain from running around chasing him. But no, in my age, there's not a lot of people jumping into the entrepreneurial world because we were told to go get a real job, quote unquote, working for a company. But I see youthful people like yourselves starting companies, becoming entrepreneurs, being more creative. So what is it? What sparked your drive to become a creative entrepreneur?
Wow. I always appreciate being asked this question because in the past, I would say that, it was just the realization of how conceited I was, but it started off a lot earlier in my life. And thanks to my grandfather, that man very much wanted to bring talents out of me. I loved being around him in my youth. I was like always around him, especially around the age of like 2 to maybe 6. And when I was middle schooler, like 13, for some reason he took it upon himself to give me a camera. Actually, because my great grandfather passed away, and he was saying like, you should take pictures of the family. And so, I started off that early, and I just now remembered that he was a big part of me even being like using cameras. Then I also seen like, there's like a childhood photo of me where I'm holding a camera and I'm taking a picture of someone else. So it's just like that has been nurtured since I was a child. But when I had my own awareness and realization around the situation, what triggered me was I had already branched out from living with my mom. She made sure to push me out into the world and like let me fly.
Go
She's
fly,
like,
little
go!
birdie, go fly.
She's like, yeah, you're 18 years old. You need to get out of here. And so I had left the house not ready, but it prepared me to start depending on myself. And once I saw that I was capable of like supporting myself financially and having the things that I need, I started like taking like selfies out the butt. I was taking a lot of selfies. I was able to, invest in my hair and my nails, and I love Snapchat. And it got to a point where it was like, oh my gosh, like, it's my friend's birthday. I don't even have a photo of her. Like, I only have 2,000 photos of me. And I sat with myself after that, and I was kind of like, that's kind of this, I'm kind of like slightly like alarmed by that. So once I came into that awareness, the iPhone was coming up with a new model, and it had depth perception. It was the iPhone 7. And I was like, it's time for a new phone. So I got that in mind of the depth perception and the camera on the back of the iPhone. And I was like, I'm gonna make a point to like take pictures of other people. And so I like, when I first got it, was taking it of my friends getting on their nerves, but we decided to go to take a trip to San Diego, back to my mom's house to, just go say hi and enjoy the weather. And, there's a moment that I saw and everybody was laughing. It just felt so good. And I was like, you know what, let me see. And I just like started taking photos, and like when I was looking at them, I was like, wow, like these are actually like, I really like how these look. And that day I looked and I thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna go inside and tell my mom, I'm gonna be a photographer, Mom. And she was like, yeah. She was like, go ahead and do that. And I was like, and I want my company's name to be Outlandish. And that came up a different time, but I just went right in and declared myself. And from there, I feel like the universe was just sending me opportunities since I like decided to show up as that, So that's just how the photography came about. And then just extending on just from wearing that hat and seeing like other creative people and what they need. I'm like, we need structure. Look, my time is valuable. Your time is valuable. We need structure. And so the direction started to come through, and then people had bigger ideas, and then managing the projects from A to Z also came through as well from that. So it's been a really brilliant and beautiful journey.
So from a young age, given a camera, to where now you're helping build a television talk show. That is pretty much outlandish right there. Like, it fits with the brand, because it's like someone would think that this is outlandish. This does not happen to everyday people.
Right. Yeah. And shout out to the Powder Room too. That's the name of the show. But I agree. Outlandish.
It is outlandish. This is outlandish to think like this is something, because people like, I bet you if you went back to your childhood, back when your grandfather gave you that camera and you said, yeah, in X amount of years, in 10, 20 years, whatever it is, you're going to be doing this. You probably would have told yourself, you're being outlandish. That's an outlandish dream.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. And yet look at where you are today. Now, Is there what was the why? Like, what drove you to decide I want to go more into it? Like, obviously being a photographer is one thing and you
Mm-hmm.
can create an amazing career as a photographer, but then you
Mm-hmm.
decide to go a bit further and start helping people manage their projects and doing all this, doing branding in this. How did you
Mm-hmm.
like, was there a client or was there someone who just came to you and was like, I need help with this? And then you just like, well, I do this, I'll help you.
It has a lot to do with seeing how much fulfilled I am with building trust with people and helping them gain more confidence. Like being behind the camera and giving direction with poses and cheering someone on and helping them break through, like, self-esteem. Essentially healing part of my own self, but it's just like I cannot see myself if I don't have the other. And no matter how challenging or how fun or how cool that other person has been, they've always taught me something more about who I am and how to understand someone better. And that just is something I'm really passionate about. I'm a humanitarian. I care about humanity and our feelings. So
No, it's I'm sorry, drinking
no,
water at
it's
the worst possible time. It's you think I'd learn after over like 200 episodes. I'd learn when to take a drink. No, I think, and this is something that I love seeing, and it's a common thread with a lot of the entrepreneurs that we've had on the show, is
mm-hmm.
they bring more of the human aspect. They want to help
Mm-hmm.
their job. They're building their businesses to help others fulfill the needs that they do. Obviously getting paid for it, but the main goal is like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to help you be better. It's not like give me your money so that I can have money. It's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
here's my product. Like
Right.
you giving the advice, like, oh, taking the
Yes.
photos, doing this, doing that, and sharing that knowledge. And like you said, as you talk with others, they're teaching you. So it's like the symbiotic
Mm-hmm.
relationship where you're giving them something, but they're also paying you more than just in money. They're paying you with their experience and
Right.
their time.
I want to help you believe in yourself as much as I do. Like they're seeing me and how much they believe in me. Like, oh, I really want to work with you. I have the opportunity to help you see that you should believe in yourself just as much, and you are that person that you see within me. It's such a gift.
It's an amazing gift to have, and a quality that I think is invaluable, because you're able to see what some people can't see in themselves, which is it's an amazing thing to have, because you're able to support them. And with the photography, you can bring that out. You can accentuate those points that they have and make them even feel better
Mm-hmm.
about themselves and see something that they never saw.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And go places you've never been. There you want to go. Let's go.
No. Since you're still on a youthful journey as an entrepreneur, because you're still building your company, still learning, putting on the hats and all
Mm-hmm.
that, I wanna know, what tip would you have for someone who's just about, like, let's say we go back 5 years, okay? We
Mm-hmm.
go meet Taylor 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What advice or what tip would you give yourself 5 years ago about jumping into this world of entrepreneurship?
It's a song, and it's from Pocahontas, and it's listen with your heart, you will understand. It's the song that the willow tree sings to Pocahontas. Like, listen with your heart, and just like, because I feel like the outlandish thing is my heart is the one that took me out of all the bounds. And at the time, it was like, there's no other direction but this is, there's school, there's things like this, and I'm going where my heart is calling and where the opportunities are going. Back in my hometown, there's these things going on, and I see that there's nothing to lose. So my heart is pulling me this way, and I'm hearing it, and the more I listen to it and affirm it and confirm it, the stronger I become, the more I become who I'm supposed to be, So I would say to any entrepreneur, learn how to really trust yourself, learn how to invest trust in you. And the thing about when I'm learning, and from what you're saying, I feel like I will always be a youthful entrepreneur till the day I'm, retiring from and selling my company, or not even selling it, but passing it on. Hopefully, that's what I would like to do. But, the better you get at listening to yourself and trusting yourself, the stronger and more you become. So.
Are you sure you're not like 100 years old? Because that was heavy. That was some great advice. Like, this is something like 70-year-olds are passing on to younger people. And here you are, youthful as all heck. You're passing on knowledge that's far beyond your years, just to follow your heart and trust where you're going.
Yes, to me, that's the most useful thing. I feel like children, ironically as they can be, they're like the closest thing to the truth. And like, as a kid, I feel like we follow our hearts. Like, I feel like I'm radiating my inner child and I'm a child and I'm healing, so I'm like, I'm becoming wiser though, but
become wiser, but keep the child. Trust me,
yes.
As an old person here, and I'm not that old, keep the child. The child is so important. But yeah, no, grow wiser, but keep the child youthfulness, because it pays dividends. It also helps your body from hurting if you think you're young.
Yeah. He's a baby.
Where do you want to go? Like, do you have a goal in point? Like, obviously probably your personal life and that you do, but regarding the Outlandish Blueprint, the world that you're creating right now, do you have those set goals, or are you just like, my heart's telling me where to go and I'm just going to follow them through?
This is so, I appreciate, I just love being able to reflect, and I appreciate the questions, because I'm like, I get to bring it out. Oh my God.
Yeah, I want everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't care. I want, like, this, you're helping someone. Like, this podcast, yes, it is to get to know and increase my my network of people that I can end up working with or partnering with in my business. But the biggest thing is, when my listeners hear this and they hear someone who's like so young in their journey and also young in life, doing something that they're like, oh, I can do this. Like, my goal is to inspire one person. If I can get one person to start their dream job or to take the risk and seek discomfort, then this podcast is successful, regardless of how much money it makes or the people I made. If one person decides, heck, I'm going to call Taylor, I'm going to ask her some advice, or I'm going to call, Henning, who I had on earlier, or Dom, or whoever it is, any of my previous guests, and look at them for a mentorship, and they start their journey, and they were like, it was thanks to listening to you on Phil's podcast. Like, I hear that one time, I am set for life. I do not need to continue my life. I can retire a happy man. I won't retire because I want to help more people, but
yes,
I love that you're appreciative of this, and that just thank you. Just pretty much all that was to say thank you. And now let's go back to the question, because it's your show, not mine.
Okay. So where I would like to go. So I'm going to explain where, and then I'll go into the question of what you're saying. So where I want to be international. I would love to, I had the opportunity, I'll show you, to showcase at one of our first Juneteenth showcases, since Juneteenth has now become a holiday. And I was able to showcase my art. And I feel like the beauty in being able to take my art wherever, like across the world and the globe, is I feel like it's a portal, and people get to see into their lives. I want my work to be a portal into fascination and wonder. I think of, and I could say this name and I think highly of this person, regardless a lot of the controversy, but I think of like Michael Jackson. Like, I feel like he is such a fascinating person. And as you lean into him as an artist, like, there was just all of these wonderful just feelings because he had really harnessed humanity. So it's like, I want people to fall into the work, and the work that I have, every piece that I have is all collaboration. Whether it's me behind the camera, or I set up the shoot, or I'm in front of the camera, every piece of art that and where I take it will be something where people can interact and connect with me and those other people, and the gifts that they had to share too. But I want to be I would love to study and like spend time in Nice, France. Like, I know that's really random, but like, I
No,
have
funny enough, that's where my family's from. They're from Nice, yes.
what?
Many generations. We're going back to like when they first discovered North America, the French came over. That's how many generations ago. But yeah, Normandy and Nice are the places that my family's from.
Yeah. I have a strong connection to France. I mean, I was born in Shreveport, Louisiana, which was,
it's a former French territory. So yeah, there's a little French in there,
Yeah, there's a little France in that, français in there.
Just un peu.
Yes, but I feel like they have great morals.
So you want to study in Nice?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I have a few people that I want to put you in contact with, because one of them's a photographer who does amazing portraits of badass women.
Ooh,
or business women. She specifically goes after business women. That's her portrait. She did when I interviewed her, she was still in I think San Antonio or in Texas. She was in Texas. I know she was in Texas. I'm not sure where in Texas at the time, but she does I don't know where she is now, but I'm definitely going to make sure I connect you two, because I think you two would be she could teach you a lot to help you grow, and you could also teach her as much as well. So it's a great collab. I'm definitely going to be doing that for
Thank you.
And, hey, one of the benefits of being on my show is I have a freaking huge network of people who've been on, and I'm going to introduce whoever, because it's collaboration, not competition in life. The more you work together, the better. The tide rises all ships. It doesn't just rise one ship, it rides everybody. So if you're helping someone, help everyone. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. I have to go through my archives. I can't remember her name, unfortunately. But after you do 200 episodes, you kind of lose a few names here and there.
Right.
But yes, I will definitely put you in touch with her, because she's a fabulous artist in her own right, and photographer in that. But yes, going to France, going to learn, be in that culture, that French culture, that different way of thinking. So that's one of your goals. That's one of the places you want to end up. You want to be, obviously you're going to be international, guaranteed. Your website, the portfolio that you have on the website is gorgeous, and it's a well done website, I must say. And really? the art is it's well done. Is it perfect? No, but it's up there, and it showcases what it needs to showcase. Right. That's all you need, and you will build on it as you grow. Like, as you grow, you become better. You can hire someone to do a better job. You did a great job building it. If you built it, if you hired someone to build it, they did a great job for what you did. Like, I never say something's bad, because there's always some good in it, and obviously everybody gets better and better. You're investing. It's your first iteration. It's obviously, my first episode was horrible. By the way, it was the worst episode of my show. However, many people say it was also the best episode, because it was so vulnerable and true, so I like to think of the positives and stuff. So you have your art is amazing. Your photography, you have a very unique eye. I really, really do enjoy looking at your photography, and I highly suggest anybody check out Taylor's portfolio. The links will be in the show notes, obviously, as always. But Taylor, this is a good one. This one I don't ask anybody. This is exclusively for you, Taylor. If you had the chance to either work with a famous photographer that you admire, who would it be? Or I'll give you the second question you can answer. If you could have the opportunity to do a photo shoot with any individual, alive or dead, who would it be?
Yes. So I would choose a photo shoot option in hopes to be able to continue working with this person just in general. And that person would be Issa Rae. I would love to sit down with her. I feel like she's someone that, like how she show. Do you know who she is?
I'm
Issa Rae.
just gonna Issa Rae. I'm just gonna Google her just to make sure I know who it is, because unfortunately I watch a lot of stuff, so it's hard. She's the one.
Yeah, no, that's a new.
Wait. Awkward black girl.
So
Insecure. Yes. Yeah, I know who she is.
Insecure,
I
yes,
recognize her. I recognize her. I may not know all her work, but I do recognize her, and she's an amazing person.
She is. I've had the opportunity to watch her start very fresh too, and then see her build up, and to have that type of, I have a bond with her in that way. And you know, I haven't met her yet, but that is someone I like. I am
putting it out
to
there.
Work with her, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the question isn't if you will, it's when will you work with her, because it's going to happen.
Yes.
The minute you look at what you've done so far in your life and the amazing opportunities you've had. Obviously, you're going to work with her. It's only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of time. I'm pretty sure because you did mention a little bit earlier about if you believe it, you can achieve it. It was along those lines. It wasn't the exact phrasing. So I do know you probably believe in, or you've heard of the power of manifestation. It's something you may do. So obviously, now that you've put it out there, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's without a doubt. The universe is going to work its magic and get it all the way down there.
Issa, I would love to be your business partner.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Taylor, I'm going to ask you the final question because we are coming to the end, which really friggin' sucks because I'm having such a fun time talking with you and learning about you and the Outlandish Blueprint, which I think is a fantastic name because all blueprints are pretty much outlandish because someone's going to think it's crazy. So why not just brand it? The question from Spark, obviously by Seek Discomfort, aka Yes Theory. This is actually kind of interesting. If you could look into the future, what would you want to know?
That I'm still alive. I'm still living.
That's fair.
Yes. Like, that is my ultimate goal and plan. I just want longevity. I pray for that person in the future all the time. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years down the line. So that I'm still working through and, you know, giving myself what I need to be vital and useful, purposeful. Yeah.
Well, I can guarantee that you will. You will probably outlive us all with your artwork. Because if you just look at it, let's be honest here. You are producing art, and we all know art outlasts everything because we are still loving things from the Renaissance. We're still loving things from ancient Greek, even further back as far as we can go. We actively search for cave paintings. So we know your art will outlast us all. And you're probably going to have, you will have wait, hold on. It's not, I can't remember the name of it, but it's in a gallery and there's a whole bunch of photos on it. It's a
museum.
No, it's not the museum. Sorry, didn't mean to sound short there.
No,
it's when an artist displays their works in a gallery. It's a showcase.
Showcase. Okay. Yeah.
I guess it's a showcase. I don't know if it's a showcase or not. I'm using showcase. Correct me if I'm wrong in the audience. But yeah, you're going to have multiple showcases that are going to touch and change the world for sure. And you will live forever through your art and through your photos. I'm so excited to follow where you go from here. I'm so glad we've connected because it's you have a truly inspiring eye. And it's great that I was able to connect and talk with you. And hopefully one day I get to hire you to take some photos of me.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's happening too, Montreal. I've already been invited out there. I like being productive, so just let me
There you
know.
go.
I'll be there.
There you go. You come to Montreal. We're gonna do a photo shoot. We're gonna do a lot more. We're gonna do an in-person interview as well because I want to reconnect with you when you're up here. Before we go, I'm gonna jump off screen, Taylor. I'm gonna let you tell everybody where they can find you, how they can follow and support you, and if they want to hire you to help them create their Outlandish Blueprint. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, y'all. My name is Taylor C.Y. Evans. Yet again, I have 2 pages. The main page that I will be promoting here is the Outlandish Blueprint. That is my actual company and my LLC. That's where you can find information about how to work with me, more about my company, and see more of my photos up close and intimate. And that's at the Outlandish Blueprint. Which is spelled all the way normal, the Outlandish Blueprint. Yes. And then also I have my personal page where I get to express myself and just share what I'm learning. And I'm an astrologist. Like, I really love astrology. I was going to ask Phil if he was a Pisces because he has a really good trait of connecting. So if you're interested in, just spiritualism and astrology, you can follow my personal account, which is Outlanda, and that's OUT, and then there's a period, Landa, with 2 A's, LANDAA. And both of those platforms that I mentioned in those ads will be available on Instagram. And there in the bio at the Outlandish Blueprint page, you can find my link tree, and that will give you access me in the different ways. Thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed investing in myself, and I appreciate you, Phil. Take care, guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming on the show, Taylor. I can't thank you enough. It's been a pleasure talking with you and connecting with you and being able to follow your eventual rise, your guaranteed rise into the success that you deserve, that you're creating right now. To my audience, all the show notes will have the links to follow Taylor. Please go support this amazing entrepreneur, this creative entrepreneur with a goal to travel internationally and help people internationally with her brand awareness and whatever she decides to go on to, because she can do whatever she puts her mind to. Taylor, again, thank you. I appreciate you for coming on and spending half an hour with us chatting, even longer, chatting with me beforehand. So I can't thank you enough for that. And to my audience, remember to always invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.